The International Alert Nigeria has called for peace in the aftermath of the presidential elections and in the build-up to the gubernatorial and House of Assembly elections nationwide. The country director of the group, Paul-Bemshima Nyulaku, made this known at a national stability dialogue in Abuja, organized by the International Alert in partnership with National Orientation Agency and Office for Strategic Preparedness and Resilience. Nyulaku, while calling on the incoming government to seek national unity, says INEC must ensure they do not heat up the polity through their conduct of the upcoming gubernatorial and House of Assembly polls nationwide.
This is a critical moment in the history of the country where an election whose build-up generated a lot of interest and legitimate expectations among Nigerians ends up building tensions in the polity. The laws, guidelines, and voting process intended to reduce litigation and produce acceptable outcomes seem to become the major driver of it. We are witnessing series of court cases filed while the election is ongoing, and the seeming hope in the judicial process to bring about a peaceful resolution of the situation we have found ourselves. Resorting to the courts is far better than people taking laws in their hands, and the early court cases have set the tone that this is the right way to go for political parties and supporters aggrieved about the outcome of the presidential elections. We have witnessed minimal post-election violence and urge Nigerians to remain peaceful and apply non-violent means for seeking redress where they feel there has been a violation. There seems to be relative peace, but recent events still leave much to worry. How the elections have come in the way of stability and national cohesion. This is the time when well-meaning voices of reason, of influence, and deep intellect need to come up louder to not only call for peace, but push that the preconditions for peace and stability are well emphasized, and institutions are able to be held to account where the people are demanding answers for why what was promised with the elections hasn't quite met their aspirations.
We need to dialogue with each other. We need to talk in a non-partisan, and we need to talk with neutrality of what is happening, seeing it as it is and saying it as it has been. It is only when we identify what is wrong that we can rectify it, we can correct it. And at the end, I think what we will get is trust. And once there is trust between citizens, once there is dialogue, there will be trust. And once there is trust, then there will be progress and development. We have neglected our mothers for too long, and they are the ones that really bleed in every crisis. As one of the speakers says, they are the ones that carry each one of us for between 7 and 9 months, and even some 1 year before we come to the wall. We have to bring them to the table.
INEC still owes a lot. We went into that election with 176,606 polling units. How many polling units did we hold election? INEC owes accountability for that, because the population is just not enough. When we were told that 97, you had 97 million people who are registered, you had 87 million people who have collected their PUs, and then voter suppression or whatever it is. And so we are going into this the governorship and 6 houses of assembly election with very mixed feelings. We hope that INEC will wake up, because we will hold them accountable, just like I told them during the peace accord signing. We will hold them accountable for everything and every penny they have spent, because you have no right to go technology and we pay for the technology and the technology is not used. Somebody must be held accountable. The judiciary in Nigeria will be on trial before Nigerians. The heroes of this election are Nigerians. The resilience. Look at the cash trap. Look at all of the issues, despite the fact that they had no food to eat, but they turned out. They are the heroes. And we are watching the judiciary very keenly for what they will do.
It is important for us to progress, to continue to be an egalitarian society, that harmony exists. For that too, we are particular that all of us should play our own small roles for peace and stability. If I play mine in my own small corner, you play yours, and all of us here, there will be ripple effects, and eventually we have peace. And we also know that for all those who are still feeling aggrieved, justice will be in place and peace will still be in place if you go through the legal system. There is a process, you follow the due process. Let's talk against violence and not be in it. National Orientation Agency for this peace had started or has been in activities, programs in all the states and our local governments preaching against violence during this election process and afterwards, because it's not just for the time of the election, but afterwards, that our society should still be in peace. We should still have it in peace so that our daily lives, activities will not be hampered.
We must take a much more serious view of electoral crimes. Crimes have been committed in the course of these elections. We must not allow any sanguine assessment of these elections that we might entertain blind us to the necessity of making sure that subsequent elections are much better than this. And more importantly, as far as peace and stability are concerned, the issues of justice that have arisen from these elections must be resolved. And they must not only be resolved, they must be seen to be resolved.